Hello, my name is Derek, and this is my presentation the um, for the pre-material for the public memory project. This is so for my final public memory project, I chose the Black Lives Matter memorial in Chicago as my rhetorical text. I picked this memorial because I think it's one of the strongest examples of how art can help people remember important events. Even though it is painted on the street, it has a much bigger meaning than just artwork. It reminds people of the Black Lives Matter movement and the lives that were lost because of the racial injustice and police violence. I also like how it brings people together to reflect on what happened and think about how things can continue to improve. I believe this memorial is important because it keeps these memorials alive instead of letting people forget them over time. The Black Lives Memorial became well known after the deaths of people like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. Their deaths led to protests across the country as millions of people demand justice and equal treatments in Chicago. Artists and community members worked together to create a large memorial with the words Black Lives Matter painted across the street. The memorial quickly became a symbol of hope, unity, and remembrance for the community. It gave people a place where they could come together to honor those who lost their lives and show support for the movement. I think that having something people can actually see every day makes the message even more meaningful. One reason I think this memorial is such a good example of public memory is because it does not need a long speech or explanation for people to understand it. As soon as someone sees the memorial, they know it represents something much bigger than paint on the ground. It reminds people of the protests, the conversations about equality, and the people whose stories inspired the movement. I think public memorial is stronger when it is placed somewhere that everyone can see instead of being hidden away in a museum. The memorial also allows people of all ages and backgrounds to connect with the message. That is what makes it such a powerful rhetorical text. Throughout this class, I learned that public memory can be created in many different ways. It can be through speeches, memorial photographs, music, or even memorials like this one. Before taking this class, I never really thought about how something as simple as painting could shape the way people remember history. Now I understand that public memorial is everywhere. It can have a bigger impact on how people think about important events. The Black Lives Matter Memorial is a great example because it honors the past while also encouraging people to think about the future. I think it shows that public memory is not just about remembering, but also about inspiring changes. For my final presentation, I want to explain how the lives of Black Memorial contains everything we have learned throughout the semester. I will talk about why it is an important rhetorical text, give backgrounds about the movement, and explain how the memorial keeps these memories alive. I also want to show how public art can bring communities together and encourage conversations and equality and justice. I think this is an example will help explain how visual public memory can influence the way people remember history. Overall, I believe this memorial is one of the best examples of how public memory can affect people long after events has happened. I think this memorial is important because it gives people a chance to learn about history even if it's not around where these events happen. Someone walking by the memorial for the first time might be curious and want to learn about the Black Lives Matter movement. That shows how public memory can educate people without them even realizing it. Instead of reading about it in a textbook, they are seeing a real example in their community. I think that makes the message more personal because people can experience it for themselves. It proves that art can be a powerful way to teach history and keep important conversations going. Another thing that stands out to me is how the memorial brings people together from different backgrounds. Everyone may have different opinions or experience, but the memorial creates a space where people can stop, think, and conversations with each other. I believe that This is one of the biggest goals of public memorial because it encourages people to reflect on the past instead of ignoring it. Memorial also shows that communities can come together to create something meaningful after difficult events. I think it represents strength, hope, and the idea that people can work together to create positive change. That is one of the reasons why I believe this memorial has such a lasting impact. Also, I continue working on my final project. I want to go deeper into how this memorial connects to the public memory concept we have studied all semester. I plan to explain how it serves as both a memorial and a call for a change by reminding people of the past while encouraging them to think about the future. I also want to discuss how visual image can sometimes have a stronger impact than words because they stay in people's minds for a long time. Looking back over everything we learned this semester, I think the Black Lives Matter Memorial is one of the best examples of public memory because it combines history, art, and community into one powerful message. Overall, I am excited to use this memorial for my final project because I think it clearly shows how public memory shapes the way people remember important events and inspires future generations to keep those memories alive. Another reason I chose this memorial is because I think it is still relevant to today. Even though it was created several years ago, people continue to visit it, take pictures of it, and share its message with others. That shows me that public memory does not disappear after a major event is over. Instead, it continues to grow as more people learn about it, meaning, and pass that message on to future generations. I think that what makes this memorial so powerful. It reminds us that remembering the past can help us make better decisions in the future. And that's why I believe it is the perfect rhetorical text for my final project. Thank you and goodbye.